this spring.
Babe, I got us lattes. I'll be right back.
I'll be right here.
Ah, you were an animal last night. So, babe, I was thinking we could go on our first real date.
Yeah, babe, we should do that.
Oh, yes. How are you doing?
Hey guys, Steve Samuels here. We have got an exciting show for you this week. One of the hottest trending movies coming out Friday, today, is a movie called Think Like a Man, based on Steve Harvey's new book. But we produced a sister show called Urban Beat Hollywood, hosted by TJ Jones and Sierra Carter. Well, here's what happened. We got an amazing opportunity to work with Screen Gems to produce a behind-the-scenes episode specifically made for Think Like a Man. I want you guys to check it out. I think you're going to love it. Once again, this is from our sister show, Urban Beat Hollywood, and it's our Think Like a Man special. Check it out.
Welcome to this special edition of Urban Beat Hollywood. I am Sierra.
And I'm the guy lucky enough to be sitting with her. I'm TJ.
And this is the Think Like a Man, Get Your Game Right behind the scenes movie special.
She's right. You are in for a treat. Not only are we giving you access to the hottest new movies this spring, we're going to give you tons of relationship advice to help you get your game right.
Whether you've been married for 20 years or only dating for a minute, who couldn't use a little relationship advice?
Well, I don't need any relationship advice because I'm just, how you know that?
Yes,
I got you.
I've seen you with the ladies.
Oh, watch out now. Anyway, we got a ton of advice for you.
Actually, lots for both guys and ladies.
For instance, if the only time you get to talk to pretty girls is after you give your credit card information, you need it.
Or ladies, if most of your relationships ends in restraining orders, you need this.
Or if you are practicing celibacy against your will, you need it.
But right now, it's time to take a look at the movie that was inspired by Steve Harvey's best-selling book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady.
This is where I wrote down my strategic do's and don'ts for my date tonight.
Okay, you know you sound like you're going to war, right?
Yes, girl, because love is a battlefield.
Oh boy.
Steve says you have to set the requirements very high before you even get in the car, because you don't want to become a chirp girl.
A what?
Chirp, chirp. He just hits the locks and you hop in. He don't even have to open the door.
It's open.
I don't go out on dates with guys who don't open the door for me.
Really?
Really?
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, man.
No, he didn't.
You know, I'm surprised. That's actually really good advice.
Yeah, Steve Harvey's best-selling book is on point.
And now it's a movie, and guess what? We are taking you behind the scenes with the cast.
Our dude Sean Edwards caught up with the sexiest cast of the year to find out what went down on set and why you gotta see this movie.
Sexiest? Like, did you see her just like...
I want to find out from each of you, what are your thoughts on the book that inspired the movie?
That's Jerry's favorite question, Jerry.
Mr. Harvey's book that opened up the can of worms?
I think the book was insanely successful. I think it was a good kind of common sense thing to kind of say, which is sometimes women just need to hear it like that. And I think it's revealing because, like, yeah, it's about men and what we do, but also it kind of uncovers a little bit of like why do women react this way when we do this. So I do think there was something in it.
I don't know. I think that I'm gonna keep saying it, is that I think the book is great because it just opens up the dialogue.
Absolutely.
And as long as you're communicating, you kind of head in a better place. So he didn't necessarily go in depth on every single character and individual that he was describing, but what he did do was he sparked conversation. Kevin was on set preaching his perspective while we were doing the movie. We couldn't get him to shut up.
So you were literally preaching during the movie.
I've been known to preach.
Was there like a personal connection with the book?
Well, no, like you said, opening the dialogue. You know, dialogue meaning debates, means, you know, everybody's point of view. And on set, our discussions about women, about dating, about long-term relationships, you know, about being faithful. Just, we had a lot of stuff to talk about, and I think that made our days go by so much easier. And not only that, you know, it helps with the movie. When you're supposed to be close and friends in a film, the more that you're talking and doing what friends do off set, which is interacting, it makes it that much better when you're filming.
So what are your thoughts on the book that inspired the movie?
You know, I read it with a group of friends. We did an interpretive reading of the book when it first came out. We did a drunken interpretive reading. It was kind of like a book club, except nobody else read the book. Okay. So we were just doing interpretive readings.
So it's like a table read.
Yes, yes, and a drunken table read.
Well, that's the only way you can do a table read.
A lot of us were laughing because, you know, we're older, we've been through relationships, some of us been through divorce. It seemed like common sense stuff.
Okay.
But then there was like some people that were really quiet. And they were like,
I know the type.
You know, like taking notes under the table as we're laughing. They're like, it's not so funny. Some of us don't know all this stuff.
Home.
Yeah, we're hitting home
Stinging
real.
a little bit inside. It's that feeling you get inside, you know, things aren't quite right.
Yeah, like that's why I never met his parents.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like,
and that's how people are going to feel when they see this movie, too, who haven't read the book. Now, what were your thoughts on the book?
Well, I mean, I like the book. I have brothers, though. I'm the only girl, 3 brothers, you know. Some of the stuff, you know, doesn't mean you do it. I mean, listen, there's stuff I knew I shouldn't do and did it anyway. You know, you always think you're the...
Like what, Regina?
You're the unique...
Exactly.
Like what, Regina?
Exactly.
Like 88 days?
Now, give me your skim version of the book, since you didn't read the whole thing.
I thought it was really insightful because I do think that there are a lot of women who don't know these things. There were some things that I read that I thought were interesting, like introducing your kid to the person, like, you know, right off the back. I actually said it to one of my friends the other day because she's dating a guy that has a kid. And I was like, yeah, you should introduce them immediately because if they don't like each other, then it's not going to work out.
Look at you. Real
it's like,
real life scenario.
She's like, oh, that's good.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Steve said.
Steve said.
No, it's terrible.
A lot of good stuff. I definitely have to see this.
Want more behind the scenes action from Think Like a Man? Go to urbanbeathollywood.com and it's all right there.
It sure is. Coming up, the cast of Think Like a Man talks about what makes men and women so different.
And we'll find out.
Let's have each of you weigh in on why there's so many differences between men and women. Why does this always exist? Because there have been other books before. You have this book, there's talk shows, there's all advice columns. So why does this still exist?
Mike, why does this exist?
You know, in my mind, it's what makes us dope. I mean, if you know, a woman is dope because she's a woman, not because she's thinking just like me, in my opinion. I prefer for her to think like her, you know. She should have insight into how I behave and things of that nature, but I don't need her to think like me.
But what's it going to take to close the gap?
No, you know what? You go. No, you break it
No,
down.
we're fundamentally different and we're raised different. When we're 6 years old, we're playing with G.I. Joes and blowing stuff up, and girls are playing with Barbies, putting together relationships. So their whole life, they're getting trained for marriage and for kids and for those things. And us, we're getting told our whole life, don't commit, don't settle down, don't get pregnant.
You got to provide for your kids, man. You got to find what you're going to do.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's just, we're apples and oranges.
You agree?
I love the
close the gap.
I agree. I don't think the gap's ever gonna really close, or else I think it would have happened already. And yeah, I don't see the gap closing anytime soon.
All right. So there's room for more books like Think Like.
Oh yeah,
absolutely,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm the guy that just says stuff that makes everybody uncomfortable. Look, at the end of the day, men are like lions, and we hunt.
Well, then, so here's the $1 million question, because there have been other books like this, maybe not as popular. There's all types of television shows, advice columns. Why hasn't the gap been closed? Why are men and women still so different?
Oh, God designed us that way. It's the beauty. What fun would it be?
Right.
What fun it would be if we knew it all. I mean, you know, it's kind of, I mean, that's it.
And every so often, things come along that change the landscape of relationships.
Okay.
So, like, you know, your mother can't really give you relationship advice as it pertains to Twitter. Well, did you see who he's following? Why are you following her? Like, what's your mom gonna say about that? Like, my mom is like, talk to the priest. What?
Trust. You have to trust. Just because they're tweeting back and forth, I miss you too, and I love you, and XXO doesn't mean anything.
What is Twitter again?
Welcome back to this special edition of Urban Beat Hollywood. I am Sierra.
You better be. I'm TJ.
Right. And this is the Think Like a Man, Get Your Game Right behind the scenes movie special.
Really get your game right?
Yes.
Here we go.
What?
Nothing. Anyway, it's time to talk about pickup lines with a focus on the bad, all right? I'll admit, we guys are mostly guilty of this crime.
So true. But let's find out how bad it gets.
Let's do that.
Yes.
All right, give me the craziest pickup line you heard one of your boys drop on someone. and why it was so whack.
One of my boys dropped one that you would think was good and it actually worked, but it's really stupid. But he asked a girl for a number and said, only give me 7 digits. I'll figure out the 8th. It's like, yeah, because there's only 8 options. Like, it's not that difficult to figure out the last one. But she took it like, wow, if you could figure it out, then we should talk.
I heard
you got to make 8 calls, basically, and then you'll eventually get the number.
I heard Mike tell a girl one time, he was like, he looked at her and he said, yes, these are my real eyes. And literally she was like, oh my God. And next thing I know, he was kissing her. It was crazy. That night was crazy.
That was a wild night.
It was crazy.
So you're verifying that that was a true story?
Of course I'm not.
Well, anybody else got one?
What was it? What were we talking about here?
Worst pickup line you heard one of your boys deliver and why it was so whack?
This is PG-13, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. Keep it clear. Give me the worst pickup line someone's ever delivered to you.
That's a good question.
Brandy, I love you. Would have been great if I was Brandy.
Wow. And they came with it strong,
Oh,
too,
strong.
didn't they?
Strong. Yeah. Quoting Moesha, it was awesome.
Gab, I love you.
Oh, wait a minute, they actually quoted. What was it again?
Gab, I love you. I've been called Gabrielle. You were so good at Bring It On.
Wow.
I just say thank you.
And just move on?
Just move on.
And they actually use that as a pickup line?
I don't think it's a pickup line.
So
It's
off
just
the
for
mark.
lack of what else,
Okay.
you know, what better to say.
Well, there is a thing called IMDb, so when in doubt.
Well, you know what? You don't expect to see someone in a moment necessarily,
Okay.
and maybe it just comes
I
up.
like
and
the fact that you're giving them the benefit of the
they
doubt.
love Gabrielle.
Well, I mean, and it happens.
Yes. Megan was the worst.
I
Pickup
was
line.
saying a guy once told me, you dropped something, and I was like, what? And he was like, the conversation is picking up right here.
What was his tone?
Yeah.
It was like that. It was a little bit like that.
Okay.
But he had like, his feet were kind of like this, and he was like, won't you want? He was like, yeah, you dropped something. And I was like, I did? I was like, what? And he's like, conversation is picking up here.
That's actually good. That's a good one. I think you win on that one.
Thank you.
That was ugly.
Yikes. That was horrible.
Yes, but it gets uglier. Check out the worst dating advice the cast of Think Like a Man has ever received.
Give me the worst dating advice you ever got or ever received and why it was so bad.
Who just said the one? My dad straight up told me
Do the
this.
voice though, do the
He
voice.
was like, Junior, cheat first because they go do it.
Honestly, I've never really received advice. Probably because my dad wasn't there. But here's the thing. When you forget it, touch it.
I got some tissue in my pocket.
Come on with it, man. Come on with it.
Come on.
No, you know, honestly,
let's
I've never really received dating advice. I was kind of a learn on your own. I mean, my brother tried to explain what sex was to me, but I was like 7, and he did it with a cup. Like he had a cup, and it was weird. I didn't drink out of a cup for a long time because what my brother associated with. For a long time, I thought drinking out of a cup was sex. Because when my brother showed me, that's about it for me. I have nothing else.
Wow.
No, I'm not thirsty. I don't want to get anybody pregnant.
What about you, Mike? What's the worst?
Wow.
That says it all.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Terrence? Worst piece of advice?
I mean, I think all relationship advice is tainted. And everybody that gives you relationship advice is basing it off of past relationships they had that either worked or different, that most likely didn't. And so you just gotta follow your own path.
That's good.
Give me an example of the worst dating advice you ever received from a friend. And
You should
why it
just
didn't work.
stay. You should stay, it'll get better. No, it won't. If this was milk, it'd be curdled and blue cheese. It's way past the expiration date, throw it out.
Oh, you came with a little.
Oh wait, was it too much?
Exactly, you had a little more angst than normal on that one. Yeah, just a little bit. What about you? What's the worst advice?
You know, I think maybe, you know, when your friends are like, well, maybe he wasn't lying. He could have been in China last night. They have early flights.
What about you, Megan? Worst advice? Worst
Oh
dating
gosh.
advice?
I think it's the same as Gabby's. Just stay in a situation that's not a good one for the wrong reasons.
Won't do it again.
Yeah. He was sorry, girl. You're not gonna find someone else like that.
Yeah, I think
Who's
that's
gonna,
the
who's
one.
gonna put up with all
Yes.
all your stuff?
You know, you're not the easiest person, Gab, to get along with.
No,
You're like, how did this become about me?
Yeah. Like,
And sadly, that's how it really goes down.
Wow, I am learning a lot. from
All
this
you had to
episode.
do was read Steve Harvey's book.
I told you, I read the book and I saw the movie.
So you are good.
I was already good. What did you think? We'll talk about this later. Anyway, the book is on point. The movie's hilarious. It's insightful. I learned a lot.
And you can see Think Like a Man in theaters April 20th.
Correct. Coming up, we find out what romantic movies get the cast of Think Like a Man in the mood.
Game is on.
Only women I want to talk to tonight are dancing naked down to the butt factory. I need to be held. I need you to rub my back. Put me in my onesie. Whatever you need to do, baby, I'm yours.
Welcome back to this special edition of Urban Beat Hollywood. I'm Sierra.
And I'm TJ.
And this is the Think Like a Man, Get Your Game Right behind the scenes movie special. And it's time to get you in the mood for a little love on the silver screen.
Exactly. And now, the cast of Think Like a Man shares their favorite romantic movies.
Ooh.
You excited about that?
I am.
All right,
Can't
y'all.
wait to see
Shoulders.
what, oh God.
I really dug Think Like a Man, so I'm gonna make it a certified classic right here on the spot. But I want to find out from each one of you, what's one of your all-time favorite Black romantic movies and why?
Love Jones.
And why?
Oh my gosh, the chemistry between Nia Long and Lorenz Tate. The brother, was it the brother to the right, brother to the left, brother to the something, and talk. I mean, he's just. I love that movie, and he's chasing, and all we have is all these years.
Regina?
You know what? That's a good one. That's a good one. But I have a couple. I mean, I did love Love and Basketball. You know.
Is it because we were both in it?
A little. No, you know, I like Play for Your Heart. I mean, I love that whole thing, you know, and yeah, I would, I mean, you know, I don't want to repeat, but yeah, Love and Basketball, Love Jones.
The Best Man.
I mean, you know.
It's like candy.
Well.
Oh my God, that was Regina.
I forgot. No,
so weird.
You get to close it out. What do you come up with, Megan?
I love Boomerang.
Oh, I loved Boomerang. I did love Boomerang.
So full of characters and so full of color. It was just a fun movie.
That was a fun movie. Yeah. Coming to America was great too.
Bark like a dog.
And then now we can officially add Think Like a Man.
And Think Like a Man.
Thank you, ladies. You're wonderful.
Thank
Beautiful,
you.
gorgeous. Keep working. I love the sexiness and the romantic vibe and the whole relationship elements of the movie. But I want to find out from each of you, like, what's your all-time favorite Black movie and why?
Jerry.
You go first, Kevin. You go first.
Love Jones. Love Jones for me.
I was gonna go Boomerang for the
Boomerang?
record, but
Boomerang, that's, damn it.
Yo,
I should have said that.
you tried.
Okay,
to.
why Love Jones? Why Boomerang?
Well, Love Jones to me, Love Jones was cool, and as a young guy, it made you wanna fall in love. Like me being young, watching the movie, it made me like, dang, man, I can't wait till I fall in love and want a woman as bad as he wanted this woman. Like, just the chase between Lorenz Tate and Nia Long in that movie, and the way that things came in between them, and, you know, how one got stubborn and the other moved on, and this one moved on, but at the end, it was about getting what they thought that they both wanted. Like, I felt like Love Jones, back in the day, for me, made me realize what love was. Boomerang touched on a lot, too. But
Terrence?
Love and Basketball for me. The music on that, when they play that Maxwell, women's like that just made me fall in love.
We talking about our favorite what? Black
romantic movie. Yeah.
Black romantic movie?
Yeah, man.
I'm not in the romantic movies, man. I ain't.
I thought you said I was not in the Black
romantic movies,
so
man.
So what, Shaft?
Nah, like, nah, I mean, a lot of people are gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Dolomite.
A lot of people gonna think I'm tripping, but like, for me, one of my favorite love stories was of Black movies was City of God. And I know that it didn't seem like it was based on a love story, but when they introduced the love story, it was probably one of the most gripping parts of that entire movie for me.
No, I told a love story, plus that's like one of my favorite movies.
That's one of the
a good
best
choice. That's actually a brilliant choice.
Thank you, man.
Nah,
Thank
you
you.
get props for that. If I had a medal, I'd put it around your neck. That's a hell of a choice, man. That's a good choice. All right, Mike, it's on you, man. You're gonna wrap this one up.
I'm with Kevin on Love Jones. I think what they did right was they showed the cool off period. Like when you fall in love and then all of a sudden, you know, that woman's just sitting there in a chair next to you on the couch and it just ain't the same anymore. You know, and the kind of roller coaster nature of what it is to be in love. And then, of course, there's the greatest line in that movie that Isaiah Washington had about just real love, which is falling in love is easy, but somebody tell me how to stay there. So that to me was like, wow, because that is once you get it, sustaining it forever is probably the hardest thing anybody can do.
The best black love story, Think Like a Man.
There you go, that's the best way to do it. No, this movie's dope, y'all.
Thank you.
Give yourself some props. Thank you.
Nice choices. What's your favorite romantic movie, TJ?
I'd have to say The Dark Knight.
Okay.
What's yours?
Mine's Gone with the Wind.
Well, mine is clearly better. Okay, so that's it. That's our show.
Hopefully you found our relationship advice helpful.
Or if you don't trust us, just read or reread Steve Harvey's book, Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady.
Then go see the movie inspired by the best-selling book, Think Like a Man.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And when should we see that? How about April 20th?
There we go.
With an F.
This has been your Think Like a Man, Get Your Game Right Behind the Scenes movie special, powered by Icy Places.
And remember, you can always find the inside scoop at urbanbeathollywood.com. Thanks for watching. That's Sierra. I'm TJ. We hope to see you real soon.
April 20th, Think Like a Man, Steve Harvey.
Yes, I can. Doubt better leave. I'm running with this plan. Pull me, grab me, grabs in the bucket game.
I have to show I'm a guy with potential.
Sweet. Where to? Damn, look how small your skirt is. Woo!
Think Like a Man.
Like us, follow us, because I said so.